My name's Tim Lenton. I'm a professor of climate change and earth system science at the University of Exeter in Devon in England. So I've just walked people through the history of our planet Earth and how it became such an extraordinary place to support a thriving of complex life, including us, and how we owe our existence to previous life forms making an oxygen-rich atmosphere and transforming our planet in a series of revolutionary changes. And then I just posed a question whether we humans could be the agents of another revolutionary change of our planet as a whole, and what that would take in terms of renewable energy, recycling of materials and permaculture principles. I think we need both the kind of numbers of natural science, but we need the sensitivity of social science, the arts, the humanities. So we need to understand natural systems, we need to understand social systems, and we need to have a kind of artistic sensitivity and a creative temperament, because we're in the business of trying to imagine and then create futures. And what we want to do is create a positive future that we can work towards together, that's long-term, happy, healthy people and planet, and not just a kind of sit back paralyzed by a kind of bleak vision of an apocalypse brought about by our over-excessive consumption.
So we are part of the problem, but we're part of the solution. So it sounds like you're generally quite optimistic, despite knowing about the kind of hard sciences and climate change.
Exactly. I have to walk the tightrope of between falling off into despair and retaining an eternal optimism about our creative capabilities as individuals, as collectives, communities, as a species. And remember that all the great innovations of life that have transformed the planet and made it such a fantastic place for us and for complex life, all of them started with a single organism, with an evolutionary innovation that might have been extremely disruptive to begin with, but ultimately spread and changed the world. What we can't afford in the future is, when the disruptions happen globally, to just let evolution work its course over millions of years and hope that something falls out at the end of it. That would be terminal for us. Instead, we've got to actually live up to our name as Homo sapiens, as supposedly wise people, and understand how the system works and be wise enough to actually put in place the kind of technologies, communities, ways of being as humans, as societies, that are going to get us into this sustainable state without going through the apocalypse first.